Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those that are new here, my name is Chris, aka Captain Catch, and today I'm here to explain my experience acting in a Japanese movie. So let's get into it. Let's get started. Alright, so to get right into it, I should probably start from the beginning, from the audition. So this happened a few years back, I think maybe 3 years back or so. At this time I was just starting to work with my agency, and this was kind of like a side job. I got to work with this agency through a friend of mine. And with this agency, I actually already had acted in a couple of like commercials and Sagan dramas. They call Sagan dramas. It's basically reenactment shows here. Nothing too big. And so when I got the audition for a movie role, I thought this would just be a really good opportunity to see what I can do. I get to this audition, and the role, as I get the audition, I ask them what the role's for, and the role is for apparently a really drunk, obnoxious guy, which, yay! But I wanted the role because it was a movie and it was just my first time getting into movies. So I remember going to the audition with, it's me and one of my agents. We went there together, and it was Toho Cinemas, which is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, largest studios in Japan. So we went to that, like, I guess, well, I don't know if it was the headquarters or branch. Anyways, it was the Toho Cinemas place. Go inside the building, and there's about 5 other guys at that time there, and they're also going for the role, auditioning. However, the room that they're auditioning in, the door wasn't closed, so I could hear like their auditions. I could hear how they were acting. So it was actually nice for me because I could kind of prepare based on their auditions. And so I heard some guys acting drunk and obnoxious, and like they're acting it out. And then the guy ahead of me, like, honestly, I thought he was great. Like, because he went in there and he was really nice because we were talking before the audition, and I heard him go in, and I was listening, and he sounded like he was really, like, he was making loud noises, and I could hear the, like, director, they were like really enjoying it because you can hear their reactions to his acting drunk. And so I told myself, I'm like, all right, I'm pretty sure that guy, he got it because, like, it sounded good, but I mean, I might as well just go all out. I might as well just go 110%. So I got to the audition, and apparently I acted more drunk and obnoxious than the guy before me. So I guess that's a compliment, because a couple weeks later they said, you got the job, you got the part, you got the audition. So they're gonna fly you out in like a couple months to where the shoot is. So I was really ecstatic, really ecstatic. It was my first movie. Even though it was a small role, I was happy, of course. So the time comes, I get on the plane from Tokyo to a place called Nagasaki, which is near Fukuoka. And I get to Nagasaki, and as I get there, the people are there, the movie people, set people are there to pick me up in a van. And what I didn't realize is that they were picking up one of the other actors there, who's actually part of a famous boy group called Johnny's here in Japan. It's like huge. He was one of the members of that. However, I didn't know who he was. He had like a mask and a hat on. So we were both riding in the van the whole way to the studio. Next to this like famous guy. I didn't know who that was. I didn't know at that moment he was. So as soon as we arrive to the place we have to do the shooting, like in the van, there was no place to go to the hotel, none of that. They immediately put me in the makeup costume area. And so they put on my costume, and then they take me to the makeup area. And in the makeup area, that's where like the other main actors are, a few of them. And I remember walking in, and because they're all Japanese, there's like 3 main ones, and they were like laughing with each other. And then as soon as I walked in, it got a little quiet. I guess they were just unsure if I was able to speak Japanese or what. But after a couple minutes, I was talking to them a little bit. Again, my Japanese is not that great, but I'm able to hold a conversation somewhat. So I was able to kind of communicate with them a little bit, and we kind of hit it off right away. Like, they were really nice and just really kind. They were really young actually, but still they were really cool. So get the makeup on. From there, we go straight to set. So again, I haven't been to the hotel or anything. From airport, costume design, makeup, on the set. Now when I get to the set, I'm going in there with the other 3 main actors, right? And as I walk onto the set, there's like, I think about 40, 50 different extras that are already costumed up. They're waiting for us. They're literally on set just waiting for us. And as we walk in, they announce that, oh, okay, here come the actors. Everyone starts clapping. And I'm part of this group of actors, and I'm like, it's like, these guys are famous. Don't clap for me, guys. Like, obviously I didn't say this out loud, but I was like, inside I was like, there's no way, you know. They don't know that I'm just some like random jabroni, as The Rock would say. I'm a normal guy. So we get on set, and then one of the other main actors, who's a really, really famous actor. His name is Jin Fujioka, one of the nicest guys I've ever met in Japan. He's there, and I get to talk to him for a second, and his English is perfect. He's fluent in English. And so we were speaking in English. We were talking a bit, and then he's like, okay, you ready? I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, so you got your lines memorized, right? And I was like, lines memorized? I was like, I'm just gonna be the drunk, obnoxious asshole in the scene. And he's like, no, you got lines. And at this moment, like, I already felt the pressure of being around all the extras, and they're clapping on me, so I felt pressure, like, okay, I gotta perform as well as I can. But when he said I had lines and my agency didn't tell me I had lines, that's when I started like getting really nervous. I almost had an anxiety attack. It was so intense, but I was like, I had to hold it together. So, but he was really cool. He's like, hell, I honestly told him, like, hey, honestly, my agency didn't tell me I had lines. He's like, well, I have the script here. And of course my lines are a little bit English, a little bit Japanese. And so he's like, okay, here, practice the lines. And I'm like, okay. I was like, so I went to the back real quick, not even 5 minutes, to practice some of the lines for the shoot I had to do right then. And so they call us all on set, actors in set. And yeah, actually, let me watch it with you guys and I'll explain what's happening. This scene. Oh yeah, I'll stop it. This is a scene where I have a glass of milk. I'm not sure why I have milk. I still don't understand why I had milk at that time. But I'm supposed to come in and slam the milk in front of the 2 main actors and just basically start a fight. I'm a drunk asshole. And so they had this scene, I did this scene so many times where I would just slam the milk. And they're like, okay, we want this way, slam the milk this way. One time I slammed it so hard, because he told me to slam it hard, the milk came up and it splashed one of the actors. But he was cool, he was fine with it. He's like, no, it's all right. I'm like, I'm so sorry, man. And he's like, no, it's fine, it's fine. So anyways, they get, I guess, the best milk slam they could get. Oh, man. I feel like this is gonna be hard to watch. Like, again, I'm not an actor in any sense. Not at all. I'm honestly surprised they even hired me. So I'm pretty sure this is gonna just be terrible acting. Here we go.
A Japanese boy is playing jazz in this bar? Are you kidding me?
I remember that's the line they wanted me to say. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Anyways, let's keep watching. What is this face? Hold on. Let me go back to this face. What is this face? Oh my god. I can't even do it again. Oh man. God. It's hard to watch. I mean, it's good. I mean, it was an experience, but my god, that was a terrible face. Alright, and here comes the fight scene. I remember I had to rehearse that Japanese line. That was the Mama no milk janai, something. And that was like within 5 minutes, that was my script. And they're like, okay, memorize it. And so like, I messed up a couple times, of course. But we took about like 30 takes of each part, like of the milk, of that line, and of the next part where we fight. So that was, yeah, that was fun though. Again, this was all my first time experiencing this, so it was a good experience for me. This is it. The fight. Okay, so we did this. We had probably 50 takes of this fight. And on the far right side, you see Jin Fujioka. That is the main actor. Dude, that guy is cool as hell. I'll explain more later about him. But anyways, so this scene, again, we took 50 takes of this fight scene, right? And after like 10, 20 times of doing the same thing, you get kind of tired. It becomes redundant, you know. They really want to find the best one. So there was a part right before they yell action, they're holding us back, and we're about to go at it. It was me and the actor, I forgot his name, but he was one of the, he's a young actor, he's an upcoming actor, the one I'm fighting with. And I have ADHD, and the actor, the upcoming actor, the one I was fighting, he's kind of like a fun spirit. Like, we were having fun in the makeup room, and between takes, like, we were just kind of joke around a little bit. So we decided to have a little dance off in between, right before action each time, and see if we can make each other laugh before we try to kill each other. And so I remember he was trying to be like, he was trying to do like a little like this between the set, and I did a little like booty shake between that, and it was like action. Yeah, it was like, and it was just switch off, and it was so great. It was one of my best memories of that time there, just having a little fun with that between takes. Anyways, well, I'll stop there because I don't want to show the whole scene. If you guys want to see it, I'll tell you the movie later. But yeah, then it stops there, and I have a couple more lines, and then I say the most racist thing possible. And this is actually good. This is actually good. Basically, I have a line where I have to say something incredibly racist, where I say basically effing and derogatory word for Japanese people during the World War II times. So I say effing duh. And that was a line they told me to say. Like, the director came up to me and he's like, I want you to say this. And I was like, are you sure? I was like, he's like, yes, it's for the movie, please. I was like, all right. So I say it the first time in the first take. I say it to him, to Dean Fujioka, and he actually he gets out of character because he's like so shocked. He's like, what? And I was like, I'm so sorry, that was what the director told me. He's like no, it's fine. He's like, he was honestly like shocked, like how good it, because like I just yelled it, and it was like a compliment, and it made me feel terrible at the same time. It's like, I guess I'm really good at yelling, acting like I'm yelling out racial things, and complimenting my acting skills, but yeah, it wasn't what I want to be complimented on. So I apologized profusely. I was like, yo man, I'm so sorry, I don't want to say this. He's like, no, it's fine, it's for the movie, it's fine. I'm like, I know, but I feel terrible saying it directly at you. And he's like, no dude, you're an actor, you gotta do this. So I was like, all right. Between takes and between doing this, like, there would be some times where like they want a different angle, so you have to wait, and like they would take like 30 minutes to move cameras and studio and sets. So I would talk to him a lot. Me and him, I think, talked the most, because again, his English is fluent. He's fluent in English. And he's a great guy. We were talking about family and about life and just everything. And he like lived in the States for a while, and just, I think, like, honestly, we kind of became friends, because after that, the next day, we were all heading back. It was me, Dean Fujioka, the guy playing trombone, and the female actor. And we all were going back to Tokyo that same day. So he was like, we took the van back, and as we got to the airport, he was like, yo, let's all get lunch. And so he paid for everything. He paid for my lunch and everything. And then we got on the airplane, and as we got to Tokyo, he asked me for my information. He's like, yo, hey Chris, I'd like to keep in contact with you. Do you have a business card? And I was so ashamed to say it. I didn't have a business card at the time, but I got the business card of his agent, like his main agent, which I still regret. I wish I had something there to give to him, because he's an A-list Japanese actor. He's also a singer. He's multi-talented. The guy, obviously, I couldn't be like friends with him. Like he's too big of a guy. He's too much. But during that time, like when he asked me for it, and like we honestly, we talked for like hours. Probably like a full 10 hours during this entire time, this 2-day shoot we're talking, so we really bonded well. Anyways, this was pretty much my experience acting in a Japanese film. I am not an actor in any sense of the word. I've done, again, commercials, small parts in TV shows, and I've done this movie that's actually on Netflix, and it came out in movie theaters. It was that big. And all in all, it was a fantastic experience meeting these A-list, upcoming B-list, A-list actors that were just so like down-to-earth, kind people. All of them were great. And even the extras were great. I would hang out. We went drinking the night before on the first night with him, and it was just great. It was a great experience for me. I stopped because honestly I didn't make a lot. Like my agency, I think, took a huge chunk of what I was supposed to make. But you know, I think that's how it is here with foreigners agencies. So like I did it mainly for the experience, not for the money. And I think that's why I didn't want to pursue acting here, just because it's hard to become like really popular or to become successful doing that. But it was still a great experience, and you know, maybe in the future I'll do it again. But yeah, that's my experience. I was incredibly long-winded, so I apologize. If you guys are still here after hearing this long-winded story, then praise to you guys, seriously. But yeah, if you guys want to hear more of these stories, I don't know if you want to, but I can explain my first commercial, which was a way worse experience than this, and other stories I have for you. But in any case, thank you guys for listening. Thanks you guys for just sticking around. I hope you guys have a fantastic day or night wherever you are. And as always, guys, peace.